What I'm about to show you genuinely shouldn't be put on YouTube, and I almost feel like it's illegal. However, if you're a clinic owner, you absolutely need to understand this one model, this one campaign that we run every single year. And this year, that one event alone is predicted to bring us about £54,600 at least. And that's not just the money, it's also lives changed and improved. So if you're a clinic owner, you absolutely have to stay until the end, because I'm going to share the exact step, protocol, and strategy behind the event so you can model it yourself and help lots of others improve the quality of life for many patients and create some financial freedom for yourself as a clinic owner. Let's go back into the video. I'm going to give you the exact blueprint of one of the most successful and most exciting, both internally for the clinic and the team, but also externally for the clients, events that we run every single year, and that's our annual referral event. There is a lot to discuss. This is a super strategic video, so I am giving it all away. It almost feels illegal, and I know I probably shouldn't be doing that, and people that pay us money to be part of the group know these exact blueprints. Now, obviously, we'll help them with the implementation and everything else between, but I'm going to give it all the strategy today, so there's nothing to hide. What I want from you is just one thing. If you find this content helpful and valuable, please share it. Please implement it for your own practice, because the difference between people watching an incredibly valuable YouTube video and taking one action is vastly different compared to someone just watching the video and not doing anything. So this is one of those where you might want to stop the car and make notes. You might want to put it on the screen and actually get your iPad or notes and really apply the principles I'm going to teach you, because this event, we've just completed it as of last week. The recording of the video is December. We ran it the whole of November. It crushed it. And this is what the annual event looks like. The reason why I have put here that is an annual event 2.0 is because we have different versions of the event, and this is by far the most successful one we have found so far. The results this year alone, this is what we found, and this is going to blow your mind. These are not made up numbers, these are actual numbers. We booked 91 patients in that one event. These are not leads, these are people that booked in the diary. The conversion so far, I think from about 40 to 50 reports, has been 78%. Conversion for us means these people actually commit to a care plan, not just start treatment. Most people actually start a treatment, so this is probably close to 100%, but it depends on what you classify as conversion. No shows, only one person from the 54 that we've processed so far didn't show up. Again, this was absolutely acceptable in terms of the number of the vast volume that we saw. Visits so far from these people that we've processed is 240. So this event as a return on investment will blow your mind. Sometimes I would spend 40, 50, 60, 70, up to 100, 150 pounds to acquire a client on Google PPC or on Facebook or this or that. This event is a no-brainer. Now, it's not just the event itself, it's how you run the event. I believe this is part of the practice speak community where a lot of clients would implement something and they'll follow the exact nuances and they see the difference. It's not just if I do the event, it's how well I do the event. Predicted revenue is 54.6k. I've been very conservative because our conversion rate so far has been 78%. I've calculated that based on 60% conversion rate of the 91 patients that booked. But what you don't see is some of those people stay with us for years. We're going to change their lives. The service and the results we get are incredible. Therefore, they will refer more people in. And it's just an absolutely no-brainer type of event. So if you're still not sure whether to do that in your clinic, I would absolutely consider doing that every single year. We choose the month of November strategically for various different reasons. Again, these are things I discuss in my community. But if you're watching this and you're thinking, this is exactly what my clinic needs, I just don't have the time or the knowledge to understand how to get to the next level on my own, well, I'll make a suggestion. If we book a free strategy call, it's about 45 minutes to 60 minutes. I do them myself. We can then map out what your numbers look like, what your goals and desires are, also what the bottlenecks and the current challenges are in the business for us to understand what the next step might look like. There's zero pressure to join anything. I genuinely want to understand what the problems and challenges are. My selfish reason for doing this is I want to level up the profession in general, but also to see if we're a good fit to work together. If you like this content, you'll find the call even more valuable. So guys, click on the link below in the description. There might be a QR code for you to scan, which will take you straight to my diary. And I'm really excited to see you on the other side. Now back to the video. For the offer itself. So the offer is very important. The offer is something that needs to be, almost have to have like a win-win situation. A win for the existing client and a win for the new client who's introduced to your service or your practice. For you, to say, and I've heard this many times, oh, I don't want to give away anything for free. I feel like I'm devaluing my service or myself if I'm offering a free treatment. That's fine. Don't give away free treatment. But what we find is if I have an amazing team, and we do, and I'm very blessed and very lucky to have these guys, and we have an amazing service that we provide, an amazing thing that we offer, which is chiropractic, which is one of the best things in the world in terms of naturally getting people better without medication, without surgery, then yeah, I'm going to offer things for free. And I'll tell you why. Because I know my KPIs, and I know my numbers, and I know we can afford to do that. And also we make it an annual thing, so family and friends and colleagues refer each other in the clinic. So it's our way to give something back to the community as well, which is, it's not whether it's cheap or it's free, it's how you pitch it, it's how you frame it, it's how you package the offer to your clients. So this is what we decided. So this year alone, we've not done this before. We've done it slightly different ways, but for existing clients, every time they referred someone to us and the booking was made and the person showed up, this is very important, they had free treatment of their choice for every referral. So if Mrs. Smith recommended Mr. Smith to us and the two kids, and Mr. Smith showed up and the kids showed up for the new patient consultation appointment, then Mrs. Smith had three free treatments of her choice. That could be massage, that could be in chiropractic, that could be in rehab session. Why did we decide to do that? Because I wanted to incentivize people to have something more for those who referred more than one person. If I just said, hey, you get free treatment, but it's capped at one, then what I'm doing is I'm penalizing those people who continuously want to promote us and promote chiropractic to their colleagues, their friends, their family. And that worked really, really well. We had like a blackboard where we were advertising and gamifying. So in the next part of the video, I'm going to talk about the mechanics of how we make the event work. But this is just the offer. The new client, so this was for the existing client. The new client had a free consultation which included special scans. For us, that's digital x-rays. Really, really important. So we made it so easy. You know, Alex Hermoso talks about this. Make the offer so easy, so good, so incredibly valuable that people feel absolutely silly to say no to your offer. It sells itself, which is one of the reasons why we managed to book 91 new patients, which is absolutely crazy. What will that mean for your clinic if you see, I don't know, like 30 to 50 new patients a month that you just booked 90? And by the way, these results are not normal. I don't want to say that every clinic will get those results. In fact, we have 5 clinics and my clinic was on the top this time, and I'll tell you why. Because of one thing that we did. This is the difference that makes the difference. But you've got to stay until the end. Now, the vehicle. What is the vehicle? The vehicle is the mechanism of how we delivered the event itself. The first thing that I need you to know is that this time, the promotion time or advertising time was 5 weeks. We used the combination of email marketing, SMS blasts, WhatsApp business, and in-clinic awareness. In terms of the email marketing, we split. And again, if you guys need help with this, jump on the call with me. I'll be more than happy to show you how we work and how we help clinics do all this stuff. And interestingly, because we have 5 clinics and we're able to replicate the results for ourselves, now I coach other clinics to do the same. And guess what? The formula works for other clinics too, which is really, really exciting because when I sat down, and again, this is slightly off topic, guys, but I need to be really like transparent with this. When I sat down and I thought to myself, how can I use my time to impact the profession with the highest leverage point? It really wasn't, and I know it sounds bad, but it wasn't me seeing more patients. And then I taught my team to do that, and we have a beautiful clinic now with a team of close to 20 people. I'm not in practice adjusting, and the company still delivers incredible results consistently to patients. We have over 300 5-star reviews. It almost looks fake. I thought, I can leverage that to other clinics and teach them what we do so they can teach their clinicians so they can deliver better, more consistent service on a bigger scale. It makes me emotional, and I probably shouldn't be so transparent on YouTube, but it almost makes me emotional how much impact we can have in the profession. Just from people like you listening, and whether you join the program or not, it's irrelevant. Take action. We have one life, and this is not a motivational speech, but I want you to understand me, an idiot who couldn't speak English 20 years ago, family gave me an opportunity to move here, has had one of the most successful practices in the UK, and I've had some incredible mentors, but now it's my time to pass that on, and people just watching it, not taking action, it's almost criminal. So without further ado, let's go back into the reason for this video, which was How did we do the email marketing? Well, we had a sequence of emails. We decided to separate these for clients that we have with future appointments who are active. We have active clients without future appointments. So this was a nice little way to re-engage people back into care who are still under care. They just are not very good at booking every single week or every single month, but they were still able to take part. And we sent a completely different sequence of emails to inactive clients who haven't had an appointment for 6 months or longer. And what that meant was some of these people can get back into care. They could take a little free treatment. They can refer their mum or daughter or so on. And what actually happened was a lot of these people coming back were just people who were brilliant. They were just doing really well, and they've had the relapse, and they said, you know what, life just got in the way. I want to get back into care. So for every event you plan, and this is what I teach my private guys, for every event you plan, you've got to think about, how do I tackle all these different channels of patients who are active, those who are not active, those who have been deactivated, and maybe you just haven't heard from you in a long time. So this is a brilliant way to do that. Now, I know this is a very, very overwhelming video, but I promise you, it's one of those where there's so much tactics and strategy. I should be charging for this, but you're getting it for free. So please don't lose the value in how incredibly powerful this could be if you take action. SMS blasts, they don't often work well. This year we spent quite a bit of money on SMS blasts, but I don't think you have to do that. This year what we did instead, as well as SMS blasts, but we kind of stopped halfway through because every time you send multitude of of SMSs, it does cost you money, especially if you have a big list. But we introduced business WhatsApp, which I'm trying to now implement into the Practice Speak community and teach them how we did that. That worked really well. It also looks much more professional, and it gives you more of a better way to present your offers. SMS is very, who uses SMS nowadays here in the UK anyway? WhatsApp is much more native. Native means the platform is used by everyone every day. You get a message from your mum, for your boyfriend, from your husband, for your colleagues. It's on WhatsApp typically. So we made it look very professional. It was a lot of work to get it standardized, to get it verified, and then we managed to then send a few messages through here. As soon as people clicked on the refer button, that took them to their app, which is why your internal systems in your business have to be absolutely spot on. If you have these kind of channels for people to refer, really, really important. If you want to find out more, just drop me a message and we'll jump on the call. Not a problem. And then we had another way of advertising. So again, we're still into the vehicle, which was in-clinic awareness. In-clinic awareness is things like posters. We had this time clinic strut cards, just simple messages for people to be able to visually see what's going on, what's coming up. And in order for us to create an accountability tool for the practitioners, for our chiropractors and so on, we also decided to make little referral cards for QR code. And on the back, the practitioner, let's say it was Dr. Dan and then it was Dr. Amy. Dr. Amy would write her name on the back of, let's say, 50 cards at the beginning of the week, and they will stay there on her desk when the patients are coming in and she's treated them and they're having a chat, and she can see the cards, and it was a visual reminder to give them a card. So this was the vehicle. This is how we delivered the multiple ways of delivering that particular campaign. Now, finally, the special touches. This is where I said to you, you have to stay until the end to get one of the most valuable things, which was, well, how do we create conditions where we put everything on steroids? Everything. And that, of course, is the team. That was the team. And the carrot conditions can apply to, I've briefly mentioned already, to the client. The carrot meaning the carrot and the stick. People often are incentivized in different things, and it's not always just money, by the way. It's meaning, it's gamification, it's recognition, it's personalization, it's being mentioned. All these things that a lot of clinics, including the other 4 clinics that we have, didn't do as well as we did, because I decided to do a few special touches. With what I said earlier, the difference that makes a difference. And these are the special touches. This is what we did with clients, and then I'll show you what we did with the team. In terms of the clients, obviously they had the free treatments, which was unlimited. But what we decided to do is we decided to gamify the experience as well. And what that meant was we'd said, hey, for the winner, for someone who's the top of the leaderboard, and I'll show you in a minute, there was like a very simple leaderboard. The top of the leaderboard, you can kind of see here in the background, it was a very simple blackboard, handwritten. It has to be personal. It doesn't have to look too flashy. In a way, it's better. This whiteboard, every single week, was updated by the clinic manager, and it had top 3 referrers. Number 1, number 2, number 3. What do you think will happen if the top person who's referred to us sees that they can win a premium hamper at the end worth 100, I think it was £50, just before Christmas, and they see their name on the board. What do you think will happen if they see their name 2 weeks in a row? What do you think will happen if they see their name going from first to second? Yeah, they're gonna start thinking about it's just human nature, right? We try to compete, we try to get cheeky, we try to think, oh, how can I've got 1 week left. So we really took it to another level of experience, and it really, really, really worked. This was the board once we announced the winner. This lovely gentleman won. What happened? We actually gave the hamper to his wife, who was also a client of ours. He recommended like 9 people that made an appointment with us. But what happened was, we rang them to say, hey, you're the winner. We have the hamper. Thank you so much. It was a very positive experience. He said to us, it was literally happening yesterday. He said to us, guys, can I just, thank you so much. I really loved it. My wife's going to love the hamper, blah, blah, blah. But can you just keep my name on there for a few more weeks? Because I have 2 weeks until my next appointment because he's on maintenance. And it made me realize those personal touches make a huge difference if done correctly. So please take notes, because this is real life example. So then we have the team. Oh, also the recognition. Yeah, the recognition is, you've got to make it personal for patients. The team is the same. We gamified it, so we put incentives. We were putting in a WhatsApp chat every single week who was the leader. Because what I wanted to do is I wanted to have this competition inter-clinic, meaning between the clinicians. And by the way, we had a meeting beforehand. It wasn't like you're bad if you don't win, if you're amazing. If you win, you're amazing. It wasn't like that. It was more of a like friendly competition. We're having pizza, we're having a team meeting, and we actually said, hey guys, if it's us against them. So that was between the clinics, and then I said, if we win, these are the conditions. If we win and we're top of the clinic, you get these prizes. If you win in the team, so if you're the top chiropractor with most referrals, then you have a choice. And this is where we have, by the way, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to have, yeah, look, so our clinic, Wickford, we smashed it with 91. This is what the manager sent to the team, which is brilliant. But what I wanted to show you guys is this. This doesn't have to be just for this event. I want you to think this for everything about your team in terms of your culture, your setting. Make sure that incentives are personalized. Make sure that it means something for each team member. And how you do that is you either have every single team member gets a different thing if they win, or you create a choice. And what I did this time is I created a choice. So the chiropractor who wins, and I showed them this way before their event started, I think 2 weeks before, had a choice. Now, I knew the event was going to be successful, therefore I could give away big prizes. So I said I can literally pay up to £1,000 worth for a seminar that you can choose for 2026, which would be a contribution towards your CPT next year. I knew a couple of my guys would choose that. A city break, contribution towards a city break holiday. The company, like, I would literally pay £500, flights, hotel, blah, blah, blah. City break. And I knew there was a couple of my guys that would probably choose that. And also I knew that some of my guys love to go to fancy dinners and they have like boyfriends and girlfriends. So I said, look guys, we are offering a Michelin star dining experience. You book it, you tell us where it is, and I'm literally giving you £350 towards your Michelin star dining experience. The person that won 2 days ago told me that they want to do this. They want to surprise their partner. I hope they're not watching this video before that surprise, that they want to take them to Paris for a city break, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Amazing. And it makes me super happy as well. So it really, a lot of people think it's all about revenue, and I talk a lot about KPIs. No, you providing an amazing service and doing the right thing for patients and building an incredible team that are actually good people, and you being a good person and creating that winning formula for everyone, is absolutely possible. They don't have to be mutually exclusive. You know, if I make a lot of money, I don't have to have bad service. Or if the team is working really, really hard, that doesn't mean they don't get paid well. Trust me, like, there is a very good balance between the clinic being successful, the clinicians being very successful, and hopefully creating meaningful work, and most importantly, the client getting amazing results and coming here and getting what they expected. So then I think this is a lot of like limiting beliefs in the career and the profession, and I feel like sometimes it's okay to be transparent and talk about these things. And finally, a big part of the team is obviously the CAs and the front desk. So their options of winning, if the conditions were met. The conditions in this case was we had to have 25% more bookings than last year's event. And I knew we were going to win that because we extended the event length. Another condition was we had to have more than a 95% or higher show up rate of new patients. So obviously they were in control of the bookings, the follow-ups, making sure people show up, and they've absolutely crushed it. And we had to be the winning clinic, which we did. So the real lesson here is, if you run a team, or if you want to be truly like building something incredible, it has to be a team effort. The business, the mission of what you do is far bigger and far more important than just you, the clinic owner. So stop making it about you and get everyone working together towards the same vision and the same mission, and magic happens. And my girls had the option to choose, and they haven't even told me yet what they're choosing, but this doesn't have to be collectively done as a team. Maybe 2 of the CAs will choose a spa day in a spa experience. They might want to go in 2, so they might want to go 4 of them, I don't know. But some of them, just before Christmas, might choose to have a cash prize, which is a £100 contribution in their next paycheck each. So again, big incentives, but for me it was very, very important to make sure that the team is incentivized correctly, and also not over incentivized, because sometimes you can give away too easily without people actually being kept accountable. Guys, here it is, the whole blueprint of this event that we just completed last week, and it got us 91 patients up to date. God knows what that would actually actualize in the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 5 years time. Okay, so I hope you found it helpful. My only ask is, if you want help in implementing these, book a call with me and we'll see if we're a good fit. But also, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Be interactive. It's very weird me making these videos every single week, talking to a camera, because actually, what I should be doing is having a huge, huge, huge impact to the career. And we've just launched the in-person event, that was amazing. But this is the stuff that we actually do. It might be a YouTube video format and you're watching on your phone or listening on Spotify, but this is the thing that changes practices for better. This is the stuff that makes a huge impact to the community and hopefully to the profession. This is my challenge, is to get as many clinics as I possibly can to the top 1% in the UK, if not in the world. So if you watch this and you enjoy it, one favor to ask is just subscribe, like, comment, get in touch with me and see how we can practice, take your practice to the next level. And hope you guys enjoyed it. That's it. That's the pod. Until next time. Bye bye.